So hopefully this works, because it's been a while since I've done a live stream. Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? I'm just gonna look at the chat for a second to make sure that everything's working okay. There isn't like any loud noises, because that seems to happen. The stream isn't just flipping out. That seems to be very common. Let's see what's going on. Okay, by the way, this is how I'm looking at the chat right now. I got this laptop, and I just have it like in vertical mode so I can read all your stuff. Oh yeah, okay. Holla, people. What's up? All right. So, anyways, the idea here was back when I made the Final Fantasy 7 episode. I was going to explore some of the. I have a really janky setup, by the way. I almost knocked something over. I agreed to do a live stream of some of the battle maps that I didn't have time to show you guys. So, figured we'd do that. It only took me like what, a couple months to finally get around to this, but I think it'll be fun. Anyways, the way this always works with live streams, I know it's been a long time, so you probably got a lot of new faces here. You guys can ask me anything you want in the chat. I try to answer questions constantly to keep my commentary interesting and fun. And of course, if you use the super chat, which is the little $ next to the face emoji thing, you have a better chance of getting your question answered. But I try to do it strictly for free because I'm not shelling out for the money. Anyways, let's get started on this. Someone said they're glad that I'm alive. I don't know why I'd be dead, but I appreciate that. If you know something that I don't, please feel free to speak up. But we'll start off with the forest, because that's one that I did not show off. So first of all, this is like the ground level. This is what Cloud and the gang would look like if they were just doing the battle. But of course, with Boundary Break, we can take the camera anywhere we want. I'm just trying to see. Oh, let's see. What would be your... Oh, do you like bananas? Yeah, they're actually... I think they're my favorite fruit, to be honest, because they're so untraditional. But I don't eat them as often as I should. Kind of a junk food junkie. Someone asked me, what's the first Switch game to Boundary Break, or what would it be? Obviously, it's got to be Mario Odyssey. I think that's what everybody wants. I want to see like the new Donk City. I want to like just explore those buildings out in the distance and see what's going on there. But yeah, unfortunately, we're just not there yet. It's starting to look good though for people that are keeping up with homebrews. It's starting to look like it might be a possibility sooner than later. So, you know, keep a close eye on that. So, why is my name She Says? I answer this question like every stream. I'll answer that in 1 second. Someone asked me what my favorite game is, and that's Earthbound. That's a quick one I can answer. What time is it there? It's midnight here. So it's a late night stream. I have the house all to myself, so I'm bored, and I figured this would be a good time to do this. All right, let me switch the map in case people don't care what I'm saying. To Hojo's Shinra headquarters. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, this is where Genova first shows up, and you release Red 13. I think no, this isn't that. But I think it's the building, of course, where you start off by infiltrating it to get to Red 13 in Ares. Oh, $10 donation from Trash Spice. Thank you very much. She says, hey, she says, there it is. Anyways, she says, oh, dang it. I got this like on this janky setup. I'm going to read it, I swear. Let me see what's going on. Says, love your videos, and I love Super Mario Odyssey too. I think I get what you're hinting at there. I'll try to work that out for you as soon as I can. $2 donation from Mage Multimedia says, a random what if for you, Sephiroth versus Deadpool. Well, I think Sephiroth is defeatable, and Deadpool has like that whole regeneration thing going on, so I'd put my money on Deadpool. Plus, he can break the fourth wall, And speaking from a guy that breaks the fourth wall for a living, that's kind of a greater power than just being a one-winged angel, I think. Here's a zoom out of that area. Thanks for the question. Wow. Okay, is it wrong that I've never played a Final Fantasy game? From Fat Pig. Yeah, it's a... You know what? The series kind of has its ups and downs, so... Oh, another $10 donation from Trash Spice, thank you. And I I don't deserve it, but I really appreciate that. But yeah, the Final Fantasy series has some really high quality stuff that I really recommend you check out. Final Fantasy 7 being one of those games. People that are fans of the series tend to say that it's a little overrated, but people will say that about the most popular game in any franchise, really, I think. Final Fantasy 7 is a great start, though, so long as you can get past the primitive graphics. But Final Fantasy 6 is my personal favorite, followed by Final Fantasy 9. So, it depends on what you have a tolerance for. If you don't like turn-based combat, then the series in general isn't really that great for you. But, you know, if you like a great story, I definitely recommend one of those three. Someone asked me if I like cake. I do, and it's dangerous when I'm around it, because I'll go ham on cake. It's usually... The funfetti cake is the one that I like the most. Here's the shoreline. This is like when you go on the world map and you walk along the beach. This is the arena that you'll be fighting in. So this is ground level, and it's really difficult to control this, so I do apologize if I'm like just looking at the sand. Ham on cake. It's delicious, fellas. Give it a try. Didn't you read that Dr. Seuss book? It's green eggs and ham. It's a life lesson about just trying new food, I think. I probably misread that whole life lesson that he was trying to get across, but that's okay. Look at that. I think the cool thing about this beach here is that there's a lot of geometry for the sand well outside of what the player's meant to see. You know, in most cases, it would be like it would just stop at the rock wall. But here, lots and lots and lots of environment is outside the player's view. She says, do you like pickles with mayonnaise? Ew. Why? What's up with all the food questions, you guys? Are you just rolling those out because you think that's the only ones I'm going to answer? Well, so far that seems to be the case, so you're doing the right job. But seriously, you can definitely branch out with the questions. Pickles with mayonnaise. You know what? If it's included with tuna fish, then maybe, because I do like pickles with my tuna fish, which happens to have mayonnaise in it. Oh, dude, Ian Campbell. It's someone that I know in the real world. Great guy. Absolutely phenomenal person. Dude, we need to hang out sometime. You need to come back to my area. I really liked hanging out with Garrick's group of friends, so that needs to happen. Silent Solace. Thank you, man. $5 donation says, what are your thoughts on Final Fantasy 12? Didn't hear much talk about it, even with Zodiac Age. So, I wasn't much of a fan, but you know what? To be fair to people that are fans of that game, I didn't get very deep into it. I tried like the first 2 hours of it, and the story was just really dull to me. And I know that the first 2 hours of any RPG is not really indicative of the experience as a whole. So, I'm going to say that I don't know enough about Final Fantasy 12 to give you an educated opinion, but my first impressions were really bad. Daily High gave a $2 donation. Thank you. Says, will you ever do Breath of the Wild DLC? P.S. Love you. Appreciate it. Love is sent right back to you. Yeah, I could do the DLC. I definitely want to. I was supposed to do it like on day one, and I just never got around to it. I didn't seize the day, as they say. Another $2 donation from Mage Multimedia says, ever have an intentionally broken game to break? No, not necessarily. I mean, I'm sure there is. Like Sonic 06 would probably be a great example of that. But for the most part, my channel's been focused on very popular games. Again, it's to help get some exposure to the channel, mostly. You know, obviously, if more people played a certain game, there's more people that are going to click on the video and get to know me and the channel. So, fortunately, broken games, they don't tend to be very popular, except for Sonic 06 for some reason, so maybe I should do that. Got a $1 donation from a whole bunch of question marks. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Will I ever do Halo 3 or Assassin's Creed? Yeah, I'm really interested in doing Halo 3. Assassin's Creed, I want to. I saw what the potential was to do it. There's like a no-clip code for Assassin's Creed, but it's, yeah, you know, it's not ideal, and I always want to get the best out of a game before covering it as an episode. So, you know, if anyone in the modding community is out there, yeah, help me out. Get me some Assassin's Creed free cameras. I'll definitely do an episode on them. Of course, Assassin's Creed 2 is the one I would rather start with, because that was when the series started to kind of get out of its awkward phase. By SIDS. Oh yeah, this is a good one. This was in the episode's intro. Fun little fact, Cloud wasn't actually in that intro. It was all green screen. It was my first time ever using green screen as a YouTuber. And I used it to impose Cloud into the environment. And then I just kind of like moved the camera around to match what the environment was doing at the time. Geez, Trash Spice, what are you doing? I'm breaking your bank over here. I appreciate it. She says, everyone should like this video. Also, what time is it where you live? It's around midnight here. I'm right there with you. We must both be on the East Coast right now. So, you know, thanks for staying up with me. I appreciate it. $2 donation from Brown Bat's Toy Box. Says, have you been able to break Bloodborne? No, and there's people right now that are taking the game apart, and it's all very exciting stuff, but right now I'm closely talking to the guy that's been breaking that game, and he, which is Lance, by the way. His name's Lance. And right now there is no free camera for Bloodborne, but as soon as there is, I'll be right on top of that. I promise you that. Sorry, there was another donation. I think it said, how do you do boundary break, essentially. I just want to make sure. Yeah. How do you make your boundary break videos? Lot of dedication. Oh, thanks for the $5 donation. I'll answer that question in 1 second because it's a little bit of a heavy explanation. But this donation says, do you break only games with cams? Would it be possible to break one like Zork? I've boundary broken 2D games before. Final Fantasy VII is a great example of a mixture of both. It has 2D environments like one's right here. I just happen to have this pulled up. And, you know, when it comes to 2D games, they have layers. So, like, I can go through and remove certain layers and stuff. Like right here, there's a fireplace there, but I can remove the fire that is its own separate layer. And same thing with Super Nintendo games and everything else. Zork is probably a possibility, to be honest with you. It's just, you know, who plays Zork anymore? Actually, I need to play Zork myself. I've never played it. Okay, anyways, I'm sure you guys don't want to see the 2D environments. Let's do the swamp. How many people are here right now? Can someone let me know? Oh, this is where you fight oh, man, I'm gonna sound like such a noob here because I can't remember the name of the thing. But it's like the giant serpent from the marsh. This is the area that you would fight him in. 400 people? What? Oh my goodness. Wow. That's a lot of people. That's usually I bring in like what? Like 200 maximum, and then it starts going down from there. So, thanks for showing up, guys. That's kind of cool. All right. So, with that in mind, let's try to keep your attention going, and let's try to pick up another area right away so that we keep this interesting. Okay. How about the ice cave? This is the ice cave right here. Pretty nice, right? All right, we'll do a zoom out. $5. I wasn't expecting any donations tonight. This is insane. Thank you guys. $5 donation from Chris Jensen. Says, I know you're a big fan of Star Tropics. Yes, dude, I am. And he goes on to say, are you interested in boundary breaking or sequence breaking it? Absolutely. The only reason why I've held off up to this point is because it's an underrated, it's like an underdog game, essentially. Not a lot of people have heard about it. Even Nintendo themselves have kind of disassociated from it outside of sharing it on Virtual Console. So it's not stopping me from doing it eventually. If I do, I already have it planned out as to who I'm going to have on the show. I'm going to have Nitro Rad and why can't I remember the other person that I already got like locked down as a guest? No, for some reason the name's not coming to me. I hope he's not in the audience right now, or in the chat, seeing that I'm forgetting his name. Can anybody want to take a guess at who the second guest would be? Oh, that's embarrassing. But yes, absolutely, I want to do Star Tropics. That would be so much fun. What song do I use at the end of my videos? That was a $2 donation question, and I appreciate that donation. The song I use at the end of my videos is the ending theme to a Nintendo Entertainment System classic called Kickle Cubicle. It's, again, a underrated game, or rather underappreciated game that I actually played in my childhood. And when I found out that the ending theme song is just, it's immaculate, it's great, it's a good bookend to anything, I decided to make that my outro song, and it was for this purpose, actually. People now ask, like, what's the song at the end, and I can tell them it's from that game, and it might interest like 2 or 3 of you in this chat to actually check out the game, so that's why I do it. Mark of the Wolves, thanks for the donation, man. $5 donation, asks, would you ever do a live stream of breaking God of War 3? Would love to see the Kronos battle with how big he is. Yeah, I'm down for that. I know God of War is just like really pretty. It's got like a lot of huge environments and stuff like that. And I'm gonna guess that Kronos is like the giant like tree thing that he climbs at the beginning of the game, I'm betting. I'm sorry, I've never really played it, but I know of some of the set pieces. And yeah, just for that reason alone, again, I'm not a huge fan of hack and slash games, but I would do it because, one, there's a lot of people that care about God of War, and two, I know it's going to be a great episode with just zoom outs alone. Ancient Temple, let's do that. Get my refreshing beverage. This time it's Canada Dry. Plain seltzer. Someone asked if I would be their boyfriend. Real, I'm a loser. You wouldn't want me as your boyfriend. What was I gonna say? Oh, I went to McDonald's one time. Oh, hold on. Mage Multimedia, thank you again for the $2 donation. It says post-stream food shopping trip. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Oh, this is actually a really good-looking environment. Look at this. It's kind of intricate. Okay, hold on. I want to zoom out a little bit. You can't just move backwards with this system for some reason. Kind of aggravating. I wish I could. There's like a button to move up and down, and that allows me to manipulate a zoom out, but when it comes to like looking at things from far away at this angle, I have to like turn around, excuse me, move in that direction, and then turn back around and look at it. You had a question, Happy Torrent? Let's find out. What is it? What was your question, buddy? Torrent, I'm looking. No idea. No idea what your question was. Sorry about that. Back down to the bottom of the chat. Going down. Yo mama donated $2. The question is, where is OJ's other glove? You know what the correct answer to that is it wasn't his glove to begin with, man, because it didn't fit, right? Right? Man was acquitted. Leave him alone. Oh man, $10 donation from Kabang35. Thank you, sir. He asks, with the recent surge of popularity of the Dot Hack series with Last Recode, would you consider doing an episode? It's my all-time fave, admittingly, and is still pretty obscure. I understand if you don't. It might be a long time before I cover something like that. And again, I'm not looking to be a wealthy man by any means, but like unfortunately, I live week to week based on how many people watch the videos. So like for an obscure game, it's tough to make that call because I know that I'll be hit pretty hard that week financially. But you know, if the channel ever gets popular enough where like even an obscure game can, you know, pay for rent, then I'll do it. So like at that point, yeah, absolutely. I could always do like a small featurette, like live streaming it, you know, something like that. Whoops. Uh-oh. I got so many things in the way of what I'm actually looking at. Did I like straight up? Oh, I straight up like got rid of it. Oh man, that's just embarrassing. Okay. All right. Back up. That's what we gotta do. Oh, a $2 donation from Ryan H says, do all the Kingdom Hearts games, please. Absolutely. That's like the one thing that would have been done a long time ago if I had the, you know, the tools to do it. But still, the tools aren't ready yet. So Neko Run is working on it. He's working on Kingdom Hearts 2. You know, he said that he was almost done like 2 months ago. What's going on, man? I know you're here in the chat. What's going on? Why is it taking more than 2 months to finish this thing? But as soon as he's done, I'll definitely put it out. And we'll start with 2. Another $10 donation from Trash Spice. What are you doing? She says, for rent. Also, do you play the games you break all the way through beforehand? Yes, I do. At least I try to. Sometimes there's like complications and I can't do it. So I try to do as much as I can. But in most cases, I invest several hours out of the week to complete the game, you know, and just comb it from top to bottom. All right, so let me try to find this. Thank you again for that donation. And just, what is it, like $50 now that you dropped on me? Jeez, no, that's too generous. Thank you. All right, so I gotta find this icon. My desktop is a mess. I hope there's nothing embarrassing on here. I think it's this one. Dangan. Why is your desktop so filthy? It's because I'm lazy. I think that all of these icons are important until I forget about them like 5 years down the line. That's why. Okay. Let's do the rope bridge. How about that? Oh, this one's gonna be pretty. Look at beautiful. Someone just asked me, do you enjoy ducks and duck-related activities? I like feeding the ducks. I really hope that's not like a meme that's like going over my head right now. You never know these days. I feel like before I answer any question from the chat, I should like Urban Dictionary, like I should do a search on Urban Dictionary for anything that is asked to me to make sure that ducks don't stand for something completely different. But the animal ducks, yes, I kind of like ducks. I'm not an active duck activist. Activist? No, there's no real word for that, huh? I don't actively hang out with ducks or look up duck things. Another $10 donation from Trash Spice. She says, now it's an even 50. Don't be so modest. Your content is amazing, and I think everyone will agree. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. That's, well, it's better that I be modest than, like, you know, so full of myself, you know? Stay hungry, as I like to say. Remember your roots, you know? $2 donation from Charlie Burns says, do the Halo series. They are gorgeous to break. All right. That's like the second time I've read someone say that they want to see another Halo episode. So I guess I got to get off my butt and finally do at least Halo 2. The only problem is that I wanted to start with Halo 2 and the camera was not working correctly for me for whatever reason. It's supposed to work correctly because it's worked for other people just fine, but for me, nah, for some reason it wasn't working right. Don... Once I do Pokemon Stadium, you know what? I probably should get around to that, huh? I want to see if banjosbackpack.com will make me like a more proper camera that I can work with, so that it can be like a really good episode. But you know, at the very least, I can do like mini games and stuff. I think that'd be fun. $2 donation from Fangirled. I gotta drink once in a while. My mouth is getting all dry from talking so much. Says, will you do Boundary Break Overwatch? Really want to, but Blizzard has a really good anti-cheating system. And everyone's too afraid to make a camera for it because they're worried that they're just gonna get banned. So I'm kind of out of luck there. I know there's glitches that I can use to like get out of bounds and stuff, but it's not ideal. That would be like a mini episode instead of like a full episode, which Overwatch deserves, to be honest. Asriel Popper says, stop the stream and do exercises. What? Am I out of shape? Do I look out of shape to you? Is that what it is? I want to know who all these gym rats are that are watching like YouTube videos and like always critique on like the physical health of my fellow YouTubers. You know? I just imagine like this guy's like wearing like just straight up spandex 24 hours a day. His pecs are like out to here. Like he touches his chin with his pecs. And he's just mashing on the keyboard trying to criticize others about their health. It's like, you know, I gotcha. You know what? Maybe I should like go for a jog sometime. But at midnight? That's not happening. That's not even good for my health. I should wait till tomorrow morning. Is this my first live stream? No, it's not. Actually, I've done a lot. I actually have a section in my channel page that's dedicated to past live streams. So, you know, if you want to check out other like hour-long hangout with you guys type deals, you know, it's in there. There's like a whole list of games I've done in the past. Let's try the Geek Cave. Nicotron 5000 asks, will Senpai notice me? Gotcha. That was so awkward. I'm sorry. So Cybot says, what genres do you enjoy if you're not good at them? Even if you're not good at them. That's a great question. First-person shooters. You know, there's so many like amazing experiences that you can get out of a first-person shooter, but I'm not that great at them. Some of my favorite first-person shooters that that I'll play but not be great at is Time Splitters 2 and Future Perfect, GoldenEye, the Metroid Prime series. Although the Metroid Prime series is really just a game of patience, because so long as, you know, you're willing to die a lot, you'll eventually beat it. Excuse me. What are my computer specs? I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Someone just asked about Persona 5. That's something I want to do. I do want to do Persona 5, but I just, you know, I've been busy with other things. So, yeah, I expect it at some point. I'm pretty sure Neko is just like a fangirl over Persona. So, like, if I asked for a cam for any of the games in the series, I'm sure he'd like come up with something the next day if he hasn't already like come up with it, and it's just waiting for me to ask for it. Someone just asked, Marcus 2 asked me, do you like Microsoft games like Gears of War? I do. Gears of War is my my favorite Microsoft exclusive franchise of all time, and I can't wait to do Gears of War 2 and 3 and 1 for Boundary Break. I know they don't get a whole lot of views for some reason, but I don't care. You know, I personally want to see like how big these environments are and stuff. Can you boundary break the gold saucer date with Tifa? But, yes and no. I can't just open up the game right now and show you, but like, let me go back to this 2D environment thing. Gold saucer, gold saucer. It's in alphabetical order right now. Yeah. Gold saucer. Oh. This one? Oh, here we go. Oh, of course not. Come on. Avert your eyes, people. If you're sensitive to moving images, flashing images, this is probably not good for you at the moment. Oh, let me try to read some stuff. Oh. $2 donation from More Gaming. Thank you, sir. Enjoy, Mr. She says. Are you going to do any sequence breaks? Yeah, I want to do Final Fantasy, actually, for sequence break. Final Fantasy 7 in particular would be a great one, I think. But yeah, RPGs, big time is what I want to do. I actually am planning to do a collab with Strider 7X for Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. I think that would be a lot of fun. Dajeen McMullen, I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, gave a $2 donation, thank you, and asked, would you do an Alien Isolation episode? And yeah, I'm planning on doing that soon, so look forward to that. In the meantime, just stay subscribed, it'll eventually get there. I can't believe I can't find this one thing that I want to show you. It's really disappointing. It's kind of interesting in a way. It's not a waste of time to pull it up real quick. Oh, here's the keyhole scene, by the way, if you wanted to see what that looks like without the keyhole. Here you go. That's what that would look like. Same thing, right there. Am I excited for the warmer weather? Always. I want to move to Florida or something, you know? I want to come up to New England for like fall, autumn, stuff like that. I want to visit New England for the seasonal things, but I don't want to live here anymore. I want to live in a place that's primarily warm so that I can exercise every day. That would be great. I can't exercise in the cold. It's just too much for me. I'm a wimp. Man, where is this? There's too many environments in Final Fantasy 7. I think it's probably just a fool's errand to try to find it. But we've gone this far, right? So it feels like it would be silly to... Oh, this one's kind of neat too. Check this out. Pretty decent layers here. Lots of stuff in the background. Let me see if there's any good questions. Can you do Super Mario World Boundary Break? That was from Nicotron 5000. Yes, we can. I have an animator lined up for it already. And I think I'm going to make that episode 100, so look forward to that. So here's what the background looks like without the truck. Then here's what it looks like without the mountains. And you got like just that image there. Oh, that's a good question. Two good questions. First question was from Joshua. He says, wondering what HD remakes you would like to see, or are you not the type to care about that? I love HD remakes. Of course, I prefer graphical remakes. HD port is what you're trying to say. I hope not. If that's the case, all the best games in my mind got carried over already, like Metal Gear Solid 3 and stuff like that, Kingdom Hearts series. But like a true like remake, kind of like what just happened with Secret of Mana, I would love to see that for Chrono Trigger. I'd love to see like a modern reboot of that series. I feel like the framework is already there, you know? So it has a recipe for success so long as they don't try to deviate too much from the source material. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't mean to. If you're sensitive to flashing images, if you tend to get seizures, I don't recommend looking at the screen at the moment. I'm just trying to find one thing real quick. All right, I'm about to give up here. Move on to 3D environments because this is getting kind of boring, isn't it? All right. Oh, $5 donation from Lanku Di Certo says, what is your absolute favorite thing you've discovered while boundary breaking? My absolute favorite thing while boundary breaking was the Sailor Moon manga that Piston Hondo was reading in Punch Out for Wii. I couldn't believe that there's actual Sailor Moon manga panels on the inside of the book that he's reading that you never get to see as the player. Like, that's insane. That's just juice, you know? That's like the buried treasure that you'd find in Davy Jones' locker. Like, that's crazy. And it's just a shame that not as many people have even heard about that because they don't want to watch the Punch-Out episode. But that's easily my number one because it's a developer-intended Easter egg that no one got to see. Insane. $2 donation from Azure Pyro says, thought about Borderlands Boundary Break. I'm down for that. I know a lot of people like Borderlands. Charlie Cope says, with a $2 Canadian donation, which is just fine by my book, says, would love an episode on Red Dead Redemption. Oh, that would be cool. You know, I could probably make that happen, honestly. Let's see. More Gaming says, you always fill my days with happiness, Mr. She says. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Really, like, honestly, the number one thing about doing this show is just seeing all the wonderful comments from all of you guys. I really don't get any hate on my actual comments section. Sometimes people, like, will direct me to the Reddit posts and show me how much they hate me over there. I mean, they upvote my stuff, but then, like, the comments section is vile. And, like, they get the people that are, like, my biggest, like, I won't say enemies, but they hate the show. Their stuff always gets upvoted instead of downvoted. I don't get it, but that's a thing. Reddit hates me and loves me. It's a love-hate relationship. I don't get it. Ali says, will you be doing a boundary break of real life? Yes, I will. I just don't know when I'm going to do it, but I am going to do that. It's like something that I'm really excited to do. As you can see for Fort Condor, it's just a cutout. Oh, the camera's like really strange. Everything should be inverted, but it's like, you know. So yeah, it's like a cardboard cutout. You can actually, what's cool about this program, Again, it's called Zangan by the author actually has himself on the upper left-hand corner there. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Good luck me. It's Feistdula. Feistdula made this program. And he added something that's really cool here. Check this out. You can decide whether or not you want culling, which is something that like nobody has consideration for. So right now we got culling on because that's what the game would have, but we can remove that and see, you can see the image on both sides now. Isn't that neat? Will I ever do Bayonetta? Yeah, I think it will. But again, it's a hack and slash game, so it's kind of like, I'm not passionate about doing it, but I know that there's a lot of people out there that want to see it, so I'll make it happen. Dubs567 says, any life tips? Yeah, I got some life tips for you. In your personal life, make sure that you're happy and comfortable. Don't hang around people that frustrate you, you know, toxic people. You can cut those people out of your life when you become an adult. So, you know, just obviously with work and stuff, sometimes you have to make sacrifices to support yourself. You have to get along with people you don't like and all that sort of thing. But when you got your time, just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and making it the best experience you can have. I don't know. That's just one thing that I would never like. I don't think I would ever change my viewpoint on that. So that's probably like my number one suggestion for life advice. Battle, huh? Looks like it's just a whole bunch of nothing. Yeah, someone said, life tip, don't eat Tide Pods. And you know what? I gotta agree with that. This is the high wind. Ooh, this is actually kind of interesting. You know. Oh, that's right. I got the culling off right now. Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. So that's the bottom of the ground. Do I like Mark Wahlberg? Nah, I mean, he's okay. I don't hate him. I don't have, there's only one actor that I'm like, that dude is the coolest freaking person in Hollywood. And I would love to meet him. And that's Terry Crews. Terry Crews is like the #1 guy. A lot of people think that The Rock is for them, but Terry Crews is to me what The Rock is for a lot of other people. That is so cool. Look at that. I can move backwards. Past my bedtime. Flaming Taco says, I just took a shower and felt like sharing it. That's good. You know, you don't want to be a dirty person. If you notice that when you're out with friends and they sit on the opposite end of the couch, it's probably an indication that you should be showering more often. So I'm proud of you, and thank you for sharing. And here's to far more showers in your lifetime. Looks a little bit nicer when you actually put on the disable the culling. Man, I wish I could just move the camera backwards. You can move the camera forwards, like that's a thing that this program allows, but $1 donation from More Gaming. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. So cool. All right, so now that we've been here for a while, I imagine that I've cleared out the room a little bit. I'm sure there's like a lot less people. So I was just wondering, how many people are here now? I'm just curious because it was originally 400. I'm gonna guess like now we're dropped down to 300, maybe a little bit less than that, like 298 is what I'm gonna be my number. $2 donation from Steven Berlin. Thanks, dude. Says, can you boundary break any of the Mario Party games? I don't know why I've waited this long to do it. I was just thinking about that today. I was like, you know, I just did a remake episode of Mario Galaxy, and I still haven't done the Mario Party games. Like, what am I waiting for? I can do any one of them. So, yeah, 331. There you go. Knew it. Nailed it. All right, anyways. Live stream, not live stream. I do Resident Evil 2, not really. I could do a mini episode, but that's about it. Because there's literally nothing behind the textures that they use for backgrounds. But there's still like little things here and there that I could cover and share with you guys. Expect something on Halloween. I'm sure it'll be fun. Boundary break on Sonic Forces? It's totally possible. I just heard the game's really bad, so I was waiting a little while to cover it. But I might just do it anyway. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of crap in the comment sections saying how bad of a game it is, but whatever, man. It's Sonic. You can never go wrong with Sonic. Da chow. Oh, look at that. The hand. Check this out. You ready? Hi, everybody. What's up? New sponsor? Are you kidding? What? That's the first sponsor I've ever gotten in my life. And is that the very same Trash Spice that's been so generous this entire evening? If it is, thank you. And if it isn't, oh, it is Trash Spice. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, you're my very first sponsor. The very first one. So that's, you know, the honor is yours. And mine. This is what the backgrounds look like. You can't see them because the mountains get in the way. But this is like what the skybox looks like for this particular area. It's kind of neat looking. Wait a second. Okay. Yeah, huge shout out to Trash Spice. That's insane. Is it going to be exactly what it says? It's like it. Huh. That wasn't interesting at all. Or dang, everybody's like about Trash Spice right now. Hero of the chat. I'm glad. I'm so glad. You earned it, girl. You earned it. Oh, man. Oh, someone just asked me if I'm excited for PAX East. Yes, 100% I'm excited. I can't wait to meet everybody. You know, like I said, I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I've never really been on stage before. So I don't know if I'll have like a panic attack or something. We'll have to see. Thankfully, though, I got A+ Start and Beta 64 also doing this this panel with me. By the way, if you guys don't know, I got a panel at PAX East on the Friday of that weekend, and we're gonna be just talking about, you know, glitches, betas, and off-camera secrets to a wide audience, and hopefully kind of make new fans out of people. I'm going to be a part of that panel. So, you know, you get to hear me talk, you get to meet me in person and stuff. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, I'm wicked excited for it, though. I actually applied for a panel at PAX East, I think like last year, and they turned me down. At the time, I had 80,000 subscribers, but yeah, now they're all about me. You couldn't say no to me for too long, PAX East. But it's gonna be cool. I really can't wait. I hope that I meet some of you in the chat here. That would be awesome. The first thing I'm gonna ask when I do the panel is how many of you are a fan of Boundary Break, and just see how many hands raise. You know, if there's like no hands raised, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut the entire time. Because they're not my people. Everyone in this chat right now, use my people. But like, you know, if I'm in a crowd full of people that I have to prove myself to, forget about it. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Oh, Lauren Lewis. She's always on Twitter. A very huge supporter on Twitter. How's it going, Lauren? What she got to say? Thanks for the $5 donation. She said, awesome live stream so far. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that. And again, thank you for, you know, keeping me company on Twitter and stuff. It's, you know, it's very appreciated. This is really cool. Look at this. Over here. It's like an area that you're not allowed to see in the battle environment is what this staircase in the background looks like. Kind of more vertical than I would have imagined, but maybe it's intentional. This is really cool. Oh! We just turned it all into geometry. That was not good. Have I ever played any of the Fallout games? Yeah, man. I was never good at the old ones, but I played them. And then Fallout 3, I 100%ed that game. Fantastic. Fallout 4, I played and beat that game, and I thought it was also really, really good, but apparently the fan base would disagree with me hardcore. Whatever, man. I really liked it. $2 from William Gregory. Says, could you do one of these Lunar 2 Eternal Blue? I'm assuming those are two games right there, Eternal Blue and Lunar 2. I've never heard of either one. I mean, I've kind of heard of Lunar, but I never played it. So, yeah, I mean, I'll look into it, see if it's worthwhile. Oh, someone said do Mario Kart 7. It's actually possible. So, you know, just got to get around to finally doing it. But there's a cam for it. So, yeah, I might end up doing that at some point. Anyway, here's a zoom out of this area, and then we'll move on. Yeah. Do I play PUBG? And I know it's really pronounced PUBG or something like that. And no, I don't play that. I know it's getting super popular. Like pretty much everyone on Twitch is playing that game right now, but I'm not that great at first-person shooters, and I'm even less invested in military-grade shooters. So it's just not for me, I'm sure of it. Same thing with like Call of Duty. I mean, I'll cover Call of Duty as an episode because, again, it's super-duper popular, and there's people asking about it. But I am not a fan. I keep saying this is cool. I'm sorry. This is me on a daily basis. Like behind the scenes of the show, I'm just saying this is cool every 2 seconds while I'm collecting footage. Another dollar donation from William Gregory. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. PUBG is not an FPS? It's not? Oh, my bad. Maybe I should look into it more. Charles Rhodes says, I just got into your videos and I'm hooked. Dude, I'm glad you're having a good time. Yeah, what was the first video that you ended up seeing? If I happen to see in the chat, I'd be very interested to know what that is. Xavier Hernandez, $2 donation, says, you should have at least 1 million subscribers. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Actually, my my subscriber flow is pretty good. You know, I'm not trying to weigh myself against other YouTubers. We all move at our own pace. But like, I am surprised how much faster I'm getting subscribers than like some of the other YouTubers that I actually watch and enjoy. So I mean, things are going pretty good. The only way I could get like 1 million subscribers overnight right now is if like Philip DeFranco or H3H3, like one of those guys, just like name dropped me, you know, or had me on like a podcast. That's like the only way at this point, like I could get any faster of a subscriber count than I already have. So I'm really thankful for like how many subscribers I have in such a short amount of time, to be honest. $5 donation from Glenn Griffin says, boundary break of Mega Man Legends. It's possible. So it's just expected at some point. I just haven't done it yet, but I know that it can be done. So, you know, just look forward to it. Frost Vortex. Oh, the last area. So this area is like a giant double-sided cone, kind of. Someone just asked me if it's possible to do Final Fantasy X. Right now, there's no camera for it. There is a modification to allow you to spin the camera around like a traditional game, but right now there isn't like a actual cam. But I would do it because I know that that's one of the most popular Final Fantasy games to date. It further cemented the series into a just a popular franchise, I guess. Like, more people are just aware of it at that point. Oh, someone just said that they came from Galaxy. That's cool. So, like, you just became a subscriber this week? That's insane. And you've been watching some of my other videos? That's, I know, I appreciate that. Thank you. Fartnarg. I like the name, dude. $2 donation says, you use pre-cut or you cut binary texture values? No. What are you talking about? Oh, second sponsor ever. We got Marcus the Second. Use pre-cut. You know, I want to answer that. I want to understand that question. I don't want to sound like a noob over here. But thank you, Marcus the Second, for being the second. Well, that's actually really funny. Marcus the Second is the second sponsor of all time, of ever. And it's going to be documented. So, like, anybody can go back to this video once it's published and see that you, sir, are my second sponsor of all time. Of all time. Makes it sound like it's well, it is prestigious, but I'm not using my words right. It's basically what I'm getting. $2 donation from William Gregory. Again, thank you, dude. Lunar 2 Eternal Blue is the name, not is the name. Limited room, sorry. Yeah, no problem, dude. Okay, yeah, so I'll look into it. Lunar Series is kind of like a less popular RPG game series, but you know, I'm zoom in on some of the garbage here in the sewer. That low resolution garbage. Someone just, Trevor Grant says, do Pokemon Gale of Darkness, please. Guess what, bro? We did it. Just Google, no, just YouTube search Gales of Darkness, Boundary Break, and enjoy the episode. You can thank me later. Hope you enjoy it. Another new sponsor from Chrismer. Chrismer Kamer? God, I'm done with jokes. All right. Get that. No, but dude, thank you so much for being a sponsor. I hope that terrible joke doesn't make you unsponsor me. Oh yeah, that's right. I set up that that unique thing for when you become a sponsor. You get like my little face next to your name. That's kind of cool. It's the first time I've seen it. But now I know to just zero in on whenever someone you know, messages on the chat and they're a sponsor. I can just like look for that icon and immediately just target my eyes to that. So like Christmas says, yay. Also unsponsored. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I deserved that. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's a life lesson. Don't speak, she says. Just keep your mouth shut. Oh, that's right. Okay, so someone asked earlier, how did I get the name She Says? And I'll tell you this story. Okay. Story time, folks. You ready? Let me just pick out a new map so that I'm not boring all of you guys. We'll do the train. So, the name She Says. The name of the channel used to be Pancake and Waffle. The reason for this is this channel started off as a boyfriend-girlfriend channel. And the whole reason why it even became that was because I told my then girlfriend at the time that I wanted to do YouTube. And she thought that was really cool, and she was like, how about we make it a boyfriend-girlfriend channel? And at the time, I was thinking of anything to separate myself from everyone else, and there wasn't really any boyfriend-girlfriend gaming channels at the time. So I thought that would be like a good dynamic to separate us from everyone else. And over time, it just didn't work out. Like, our relationship didn't work out, and also just the two of us partnering together for a YouTube channel didn't really work out. It just didn't work out. So then I had to take over the channel, and I rebranded it, and I needed to pick out a name. So the way I decided the name was it needed to be 2 syllables, because something like Alpha Omega Sin, as you know, as successful as he is as a YouTuber, I remember as a viewer thinking to myself, wow, I can't remember this guy's name, but it's the dude with the beard, and he always like rants about whatever's trending right now with games. But what's his name? It's something or other Sin or something like that. So I made sure that it just was down to 2 syllables. 1 to 2 syllables. And then I also wanted to make it a name that you might accidentally say in real life, just by like for example, what I've been doing in the chat. Every time Trash Spice donated to the chat, I said, she says this, and then I would say back what she said. So that was, you know, part of that too, was like it had to be everyday conversation pieces that you might accidentally say, and then be like, oh, she says, huh, yeah, I wonder what he's up to. And then you go check out the channel and maybe watch a video. And why did I pick She Says of all things? It was, again, you know, no ill will to the person that I used to do the channel with, but, you know, part of the problem was that we had a different dynamic. And so, like, I wanted to put out a video, but she says we have to do a video together first, or we did the video together and I still want to do my video, but she says that she has to put out a video first because I put out my own video like a week before that. So it's kind of like a small nod to what the channel's roots were, while at the same time deciding on a name that would be unique, easy to remember, and maybe just pop up in everyday conversation. So that's why the channel's name is She Says. New sponsor, William Gregory. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. And we're running out of places to do. Cathedral. Let's do that. William Gregory, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It really helps out. Oh, let's look at these stained glass windows. Oh no, my battery's life is running out. Maybe that's an indication that I should stop the stream soon. But you guys have been so nice to me. How many people are left in the stream now? Let me read this $5 donation. Life is Strange series and PS1 version of Star Ocean 2 for Boundary Break. Thanks, man. I'll keep that in mind. I know Life is Strange is a very popular request, and I know it's possible too. So maybe I should. You know, maybe I should get around to doing that. 340 people. That's still a lot of people. I have to admit. You know what the secret is, I think, is not doing streams that often. Like, I think the last time I did a stream was, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 months ago. I'm not, like, going crazy with streams, kind of, you know, bugging you guys with it. I think that's really the trick. That's cool. $20 donation. Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Trash Spice. She said, before you get off stream. Man, thank you. Jeez. The generosity tonight has just been insane. I'm terrible with it, like, with this, this whole thing, but thank you. I really appreciate it. A zoom out of the highway. This is where you fight that boss just before you leave Midgar. Sweet ramp over here. I didn't ever notice that. Ramp and a half. My goodness. Where is it? Well, yeah, looks like it's a ramp. That's cray. My mic was muted. That must have been a glitch or something because it's not muted right now. Charles Rhodes says, love you, man. Appreciate it. Nitrotron 5000 says, keep me happy and I might donate 500. Dude, you're not going to donate 500. But I really do hope I keep you happy either way, you know? That would be nice. If you stayed happy. I don't need $500. You can keep that because, you know, even if you do follow through, I'd feel bad. That's like an insane amount. Oh no, the mic's cutting in and out. Pay no attention to the man. Call his bluff. I am calling his bluff. He's not gonna do it. I like that response. Someone said, I would give 500, but I'm poor. Aren't we all? You know? Uh-oh. Is my laptop dead? Ah, my laptop died. Oh, man. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one more environment. I'm going in blind now because it's off. So I can't see what you guys are saying. But we're gonna look at one more environment, and don't worry, I'll look at the chat before I leave, and then we'll call it a night. We all gotta sleep, even if you're on the West Coast. I'm sure you gotta sleep. So let's do this. One more area. What will it be? Cetra Temple Dragon. How about that? Ooh, this one's pretty. We picked a good one. We got the hieroglyphics over here. Cool. Just holding a volleyball. Then we got the altar. Do a zoom out. And then we'll call it a night. This has been a good time, man. I'll tell you. So much fun. I love interacting with you guys. I would do live streams all the time if it wouldn't bother like my subscriber base, you know. But man, I love doing live streams. Okay. All right. And that is it. Let me pull up the chat. Pop it out. Boom. Let's just say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye, Charles Rose. Fanboy says, hi, notice me. I'm going to highlight stuff so that you know I'm actually reading it. Do Dark Cloud 1 and 2. Okay. Is it possible to do Kingdom Hearts? Yes, it is. Kinda. Not yet, though. Wow, I didn't know Final Fantasy VII had an area like this. I know. It's crazy. Trash Spice says, thanks for all the nice words, guys. But you're all just as supportive. Now you're being the one that's modest. Dan Casey says, please let me smell your hat. It smells fantastic. So if you come to PAX East, I might let you do it. Just don't be a creep about it. Although I assume that's going to be a very difficult task because just the initial idea of smelling another man's hat is a little bit strange. But, you know, what do I know? Prepare for the chat spam. Okay, Howard Hill. No problem. This was amazing. Thank you, fanboy. You wear yourself on your sleeve. Marcus the second says, bye, man. Awesome stream. Thank you, sir. Christmer says, bye. You're awesome. Awesome person. Thank you. I will spell it hard. See, this is... Oh. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be the last thing I read. Because someone said, Harry Partridge Boundary Break. Guys, I am wicked excited about... Let me... Hold on. Let me pull up... Oh, Inception! Uh-oh! Okay. Edit scene. Oh, okay. Getting all big now. And I'm stretched in the face. I look all extra fat. Hold on. Alright, slim me out. I'm wicked thin. Look at that. No, there we go. Right about here. Looks pretty good. All right. Anyways, yeah, Harry Partridge is going to be the next episode of Boundary Break, which is so awesome to me. I've always wanted to do Boundary Break of Flash cartoons. I used to do really bad animations that you will never be able to find. And so I have a basic understanding of how Flash animation works. So when I've been doing Boundary Break all this time, I knew that like Flash animations would be like a really cool thing to make part of the Boundary Break umbrella. So Harry Partridge is an amazing animator. You have to check him out if you haven't already. Just type into YouTube Harry Partridge, and you'll likely get pulled up on the cartoons that I'm going to be covering from him, which is Skyrim. I figured that would be a good transition from video games to animation. If it was animations that are super popular that are based on video games. So that's going to be mostly what I cover, and it's already been an amazing experience. It's got me super excited, and I guarantee you it's just going to come across in the video, like just how much fun I had going through these files. So I really hope you guys check it out. I know it's a gamble. because like my channel has been 100% gaming up to this point. So I'm not expecting huge views, but I hope you guys check it out and enjoy it. Either way, I'm going to try it like 4 or 5 more times before I just throw it in the bucket. Just, you know, I have to see if I can eventually find an audience for it. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon, probably Friday. So take care. Enjoy yourselves.